Sitaram, everyone. Devotees, we are present here today to bid farewell to that physical form of someone who touched each and every one of our lives. So, during the course of our process, always to remember God in whatever form or fashion you view that entity. Suzanne was a very devout, and she would have wanted that for everyone to do that. So everything we do this morning, it's in her memory, and it is directed towards Bhagwan, to God, whatever entity you believe God to be. So let us please stand, put our hands together, close our eyes and bow our heads. Today is one of the final samskars, the final samskar that is performed for those that have taken human birth. So we hold that entity, Bhagwan, God, in our minds as we pray. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswati Namaha, Shri Guru Charana Kamalabhyo Namaha. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavastham Gato Piva Yah Smrit Pundare Kaksham Sabahya Abhyantara Shuchehe. Om Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Om Tat Satarya Shrimad Bhagavato Mahapurusasya Vishnuragnaya Pravartamanasya Brahmano Dvite Paradhe Shri Shvetavadaha Kalpe Saptame Vaivasmanvantre Ashtavim Shatamakal Yuge Kali Pratamacharane Jambo Dvipe Vestinde Skande Trinidadeshe Shagonas Grami Shri Phalgun Mase Shukla Pakshe Kadashi Tithau Om Shri Pushya Nakshatre Shri Atiganda Yoge Shri Vanajkarane Ravivardine. Take your name, the Yajman. Take your name, take the name of our dearly departed. Take that family name. Namanaha Kayik Vachasik Manasik Natak Natak Sakaladoshi Parihartam Shruti Smriti Purano Papraptartam Mata Shri Anteshte Samskaram Maham Karishye. Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistave Vede Sangapada Krama Upanishade Gayante Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastata Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navero Sura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devake Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. प्रेम से बोले श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Okay, can you have your seats? Okay, so we have a few programs available, I think. So as I mentioned, devotees, today we are all gathered. Of course, we observe the COVID regulations and protocols and so on. And today we are going to say farewell to someone who has spent a very short time on this world, on this earth, but someone who has touched each and every one of our lives. Hence the reason we are here. We are here to pay respects, we are here to say our goodbyes, and we are also here to support this wonderful family that is in mourning. So the rites and rituals connected with Antya Samskar or Hindu funeral rites, very simple, but very, very important. We begin by the offering. The body is said to be that going on that final journey to its final hawan. And the rites and ritual connected with it are mainly purification in in essence. So we begin by the offering of water. So you touch hands. Just once. Om. Om bhurbhuvasvaha gotrasya pretasya shri sharirasnanam maya diyate tavopatishtatham sharirasnanam maya diyate tavopatishtatham. The offering of chandan. Om bhurbhuva swaha gotrasya pretasya shri chandanam maya diyate tavopatishtatam shri chandanam maya diyate. Om bhurbhuva swaha gotrasya pretasya gandham maya diyate tavopatishtatham. The anointing with holy oils. Shri gotrasya pretasya gandham maya diyate tavopatishtatham. Okay, so devotees, the offering of Pushpamala, that garland. And if you notice that garland, it contains flowers, flowers of different types, different shapes, different sizes, different colors. So too are our lives on this earth. We each have different lives. We again are born and again die. Puranapi maranam, puranapi jaranam. And that thread that connects that mala represents that cycle of birth and death and birth and death. But our objective is not to remain in that cycle, but to be freed, to be broken from that, and to merge with that supreme consciousness of Bhagwan, of God, Brahman. So that's why the mala is burst and it is placed around the neck. And the other two individuals who are placing malas. Om bhurbhuva swaha gotrasya pretasya shri pushpam maya diyate tavopatishtatam pushpamala maya diyate tavopatishtatam. So we now have the arati, and while that is in progress, we sing a bhajan. Okay, Shanti, just beat it once. Yeah. So we all join in a bhajan on. Okay, we have more pictures. All right, and we ask that this light continue to guide this Atma on the next portion of its journey. Om yam dhare mahagore andhena tamasavrate tatrāvalokamaṛtāya depo yam tavopatishtatham जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। एवरीवन, जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। और कोई न केवन हारा हो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे। Each one of you all, दुखियों को, all of you have to do arti, right? Hare, no, just do arti. Offer flower, offer flower. तो चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तो चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। Anyone who wants to do arti can do so. पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। Take a flower as well. जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। प्रेम से बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Those immediate family who wishes to perform arti, offer flowers, can do so now. Immediate, everyone will get an opportunity at the end. So please maintain the COVID regulations and protocols. Yeah, go ahead. Bhajan says, "Oh Bhagwan Shri Ram, when will I be blessed with the opportunity of getting your darshan?" I am sending this message directly to you, O Bhagwan. Hari ho Ram milan kab hoy, andizwa lagi rahi. Hari ho Ram milan kab hoy, andizwa lagi rahi. देहि अर्थवा में इंद्रियन पहिया। देहि अर्थवा में इंद्रियन पहिया। भव के पंत चले, ओ भव के पंत चले। अंडिजवा लागी रही। हरि हो राम मिलन कब होय, अंडिजवा लागी रही। पाप निश्चय में जीवन निंदिया। पाप निश्चय में जीवन निंदिया। भजन के भोर भये, ओ भजन के भोर भये, अंदिजवा लागी रही, हरि हो राम मिलन कब होय, अंदिजवा लागी रही। जाग्रत स्वप्न सुषुप्तितुरैया, जाग्रत स्वप्न सुषुप्तितुरैया, जीतो तब राम मिले, ओ जीतो तब राम मिले, अंदिजवा लागी रही, हरि हो राम मिलन कब होय, अंदिजवा लागी रही। ग्रंथ बहुव्यंजन, वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहुव्यंजन, पाकर भांज बले, ओ पाकर भांज भली, अंदिजवा लागी रही, हरि हो राम मिलन कब होय, अंदिजवा लागी रही, हरि हो राम मिलन कब होय, अंदिजवा लागी रही। ओम यम ध्वरे महाघोरे अंधेन तमसावृते तत्रावलोकमार्ताय, दीपोऽयं तव उपतिष्ठताम्। We have one bhajan by a member of a mandir that Susan was very close with.
ज्ञान तू ईश्वर प्यारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा, पिता भगवान अमेरो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा एक सहारा, जीवन में पाप कमाया है, बचपन में हो शनियों ने मुझको मार।
I never thought in my wildest dreams I would be here this morning saying goodbye to this wonderful soul. She was my world. She was everything. After 23 years of being with Susan, sorry, I can't just look at her. Sorry. I still get butterflies. Like if, you know, like we just met, young love. The love is there, our love is strong. You know, I took her home just now to see our dog, Sammy. Sammy is part of the family, and you could see the love there, the love. And that's the only thing I think is going to get us through this, the love, our love, the love in our family, love in our home. And soon as Susan is going to be there throughout, support us, guide us. Everybody here would have known Susan one way. Susan has always been a sprightly person, a person, but I'm getting to the point where I'm accepting that the Lord took her for a special reason, She's in a better place right now. She's at peace. If you look at her, that's exactly how she would have looked when something like that would have no function. She's an outgoing person. She's a loved person. I mean, it's not like I didn't know, but Susan touched many. And I don't think there are a bunch of people who could say anything bad about Susan. I mean, she's loved. She will never be forgotten. I know this. I know this. I mean, we have two wonderful kids, and they're going to grow up. And you all here who know us, who knew Susan, continue to know us, are going to need your help to bring up these girls, let them be successful young ladies, be outside there. There are people who come into this world and never leave a mark. Susan did. She left a mark here. Carissa, Cherise, and Sammy. You would see Sammy on the program. If you all don't know who Sammy is, then you all don't know Susan. Right? That's our pet dog. He was part of the family. She loved him, he loved she. Right? And it may sound like this, but I hope that he is the guy, he is to keep us together, and he will, because of that love. Right? She was a member of the Cova Temple. She continued to be. She was a given person. She was a loving person. She was known. I think she's in a better place right now. She's in a better place. I think we tried. She's a fighter. She's a fighter. She got sick really fast. And I think we tried as much as we could have tried. Right, but just that I don't want to say she, but I think the Lord had bigger plans for her. And I know that she's not gone. She's going to be looking over these girls. And they're going to do well. They're going to do well once we grow on that strength. We have each other. We have each other. And you know what? Most of all, we have you all. Friends, family. We have you all. And we're going to count on that. So today, we just say goodbye to this beautiful, really beautiful young lady. We just say goodbye to the body, not the soul, not the memories, nothing. One thing we do in this life is we make memories. And you know what? Susan didn't live a full life to that like everybody else, but we lived. We traveled. And I think the hardest thing for us as a family is we did everything together, four of us. So to have one part of that missing it's going to take some doing. But you know what? We're going to continue. We're going to continue as a unit. We're going to continue as a family. We're going to make it happen. We're going to be strong. We're going to do everything that she wanted us to do, and even more. All right? Something? Cherise. All right. Thank you. And I mean, keep this memory alive. This is Susan. This is Susan, and I forget her. This is Susan. She will always be Susan. She will always be the love of my life. She will. I love you, baby. Your children love you. Your dog love you. And all these people here this morning love you. Give on it.
Okay, so in the interest of time, I will just share a few thoughts before before we commit that body to the funeral pyre, which in this case is the crematorium. Now, there is a question that all of us are asking right now. Those who are deeply contemplative in nature. And that question is one syllable, and it's why. It's why. When something like this happens, when someone who is so young, 4th of August, 1975 would have been, 1975 is just their day, she's 46 years old. When someone who has lived just 46 years old on this earth, and who I personally, and she has been involved with the Kuva Mandir for decades, over a decade. I personally have never heard her raise her voice. Susan has always been someone who is sweet and outgoing, and always, as her husband mentioned, very giving, very generous. Always wants to participate in dharma. She has her mandir at her home, where she would have performed her daily offerings and so on. And I want to ask that the family continue that. So when we ask why, and when something like this happens, it causes us to question many things. Question our own existence. Question God. Why? But there are things in life which we do not have understanding of, and we may never find that understanding of. However, it gives us an opportunity to look at life on the whole. What do our scriptures say of that soul? It is said that this body, our bodies, Susan's body, every single thing that our senses perceive in the universe is made up of 5 things. The Pancha Mahabhutas: earth, fire, wind, water, and akash. Those 5 elements combine to make a physical substance. But devotees, a physical substance alone does not exist in the world. A human being is not just an inanimate object. There is an iota, there is an entity, there is a consciousness that pervades not only Susan but our entire beings and the universe in totality. And that consciousness, however you want to view it, is God. Energy, whatever form, whatever fashion. I know Susan was very accepting of other beliefs and so on as well. So what happens now? What happens when this beautiful, wonderful, sweet person has left? The why we may not understand, because who knows the works of Bhagwan? But what happens now? That body will make 5 stops on its way. Those 5 stops, we say goodbye to the elements. Goodbye. Because you are just a physical entity. The physical elements will go. But my Guruji, who we had the opportunity of listening this morning, always used to liken life to a maxi ride or a bus ride or a train ride. He said, you enter a train or a bus or a maxi or subway, however, and people come and they sit next to us. And we enjoy their company. Or we may dislike their company. We generate some feeling, good, bad, indifferent. A relationship is forged. And we enjoy a portion of that journey together. But at some point, one of us has to press that bell and alight from that vehicle. One of us has to leave. And that person that leaves and enters into another vehicle, because another vehicle, another body is required for that portion of its journey. And what about the persons who are left? The persons who have left, did she leave with nothing? Did she leave us with nothing? I'm not speaking about material things. What she left and what we have, what that person has, is memories, values, principles, traditions, customs. All of these things Susan would have instilled in her daughters, and the dog, Sami, her husband, and every single person she would have touched on her short journey in that vehicle. And like any other vehicle, there comes a time when the purpose of that trip is fulfilled. And it is time for that Atma to either get another vehicle for another part of its journey. And we have to separate the physical form. But every time these girls perform arti, every time they do puja, every time they go to the mandir, they will remember the values, remember the principles. Susan still exists But she exists in a realm and an entity that is not physical. The physical body, like any other thing, will decay, it will go. But you see that connection that lies in the astral and that realm of the Atma, that will always live on. Because chapter 2, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says the Atma cannot be wet, it cannot be cut, it cannot be destroyed. Why? Because it is not of the nature of this world. So that soul, as we translate it, will move on. And what does it carry with it? It carries something what we call vasanas. Vasanas are impressions left on the soul that dictate your future lives and your future in general. So all of us are creating that vasanas, the samskaras that we perform. We create those vasanas. So we should reflect on our life as well. What are we creating? Susan has done her part. And I don't even know if the children and Danny knows that Susan played a very important part in the installation of our Shivlingam. Very integral part. And December or early January, when she recovered from COVID, I asked to see her. And we had a discussion. And I could have tell that something was not all right with her, you know. And I thought obviously that it was because of the recovery process. When you get a call and you say that she's in the hospital, okay, things happen. The day I went to visit her was a very difficult day because I had spoken to her probably 2 nights before. I was messaging and I asked, how are you okay? How has it been? She said she had a difficult last couple days. And I said, well, have faith. And I believe that faith that Susan would have done and prayed before her Shivlingam, that faith is what will guide her. And that faith will guide us, and that faith will guide this family. And that is what we hold on to. So even though her physical body will go, she has left something. She has left an indelible mark on each and every one of us. And the most that we can do for her now, beside the rites and rituals, is to live our life as she would want it to be lived. Every single decision we make, every single thing we do, every single avenue we pursue in life, always remember her presence, what she would want you to do, and what would make her proud. So she still lives on in that manner. So devotees, we are now going to have a few bhajans and kirtans. If anyone is here would want to say briefly, very briefly, because we're looking at time, there are just probably 2 people. If you want to share any words, any thoughts, any experience, very, very briefly. Okay. I know it's a difficult time, so that is understandable. That's fine, that's fine. So we'll have probably one bhajan and so on, and those who want to come and view can do so, and please maintain your distances. Remember, COVID hasn't gone anywhere as yet, so please maintain your distance, and you come and you offer your flower, and you can pay your final regards before we begin that journey. Okay, Prem se bole Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. So those of you who want to have that final view can do so now. We've allowed enough time for everyone to get that view. So. Om Shri Pushpam Maya Diyate Tavopatishtatam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, 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 Hare Rama, Rama Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Okay, so anyone else who would like to? Pratna, asking Bhagwan Shri Krishna to, we commit her Atma to your hands now, O Bhagwan. Please guide her. All that punya, all that good deeds she would have done throughout her life, let that be that effort and that force to drive her on the next stage of her journey. Put our hands together, close our eyes and bow our heads. Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistave Vede Sangha Kramo Upanishade Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Naviro Sura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. प्रेम से बोले श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Also need you to have your seats. So we will continue with the rites, the 5 stops that are made, the symbolic sending back, and then we'll have the Havan, and obviously you all will not be able to go there, right? Swaha Shri Dvitya Pinnamaya Gotrasya Tritasya. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Om Shri Krishnanam Manadhyate Bhavo Patishtam Bhoti Sapitasa Shri Krishnanam Manadhyate Bhavo Patishtam Om Yam Hari Mahagori Antina Masapati Putra Vasmadara Om Bhavo Patishtam Om Shri Panchatattva Shanti Nam. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Om Shri Shri Krishnanam Manadhyate Bhavo Patishtam All right, so those of you who want to just, allowing a couple minutes again, so those who would have come late or who would want to view before we go, can do so now.
No, no, no.
Everyone, what an opportunity. We have now